Hi, happy Sunday. Okay, so it has been a week since I've been on. It's a little chilly here in Georgia, and so I'm gonna be drinking my tea and my incense is burning, and just um telling you about some truths that I learned about myself, and then I thought about, I wonder is like I wonder was it like this for the parents that kind of like became more balanced within themselves, or kind of discover who they wanted to be by noticing who they were. If yeah, maybe that's along the lines that I want to say. And what I realized about myself was sometimes it was difficult for me to discipline my children because I didn't want them to be upset. And it's like, hmm, um, my daughter, my oldest, she got a ticket, a speeding ticket. She didn't tell me, by the way. And when I found out, um, she kind of um, I don't want to say blamed me for it, but it like let me turn it around and give you an excuse in as to why I did it. But it was like, and initially for me, I was like, why does that bother me so much? Like, I could have just said, oh, okay, I understand. Or, you know what, God damn it, just give me the keys, you know. But I was like, I said, okay, I understand that. However, you had an opportunity from now to this time to tell me about it. But then I began to think about later, because right after that, she asked me, could she go to a party? And I was like, um, let me, no, I said, no, that was fine. No, before that, she asked me, could she go to a party? But then I found out about that. And then she asked me, could she go somewhere else? And I was like, let me think about it. But I was like, why does that bother me so bad? Like, it was showing me something and I felt it, but I did not know like exactly what. Then something happened, and I felt control, like there was a problem with the control that was fighting within me. Like it was like my inner being was showing me something. And so therefore I began to like ask myself, what do I need to see? Like, what is it that I need to learn in this? Because I'm feeling something that I felt before, and I felt before, but I didn't notice it in this way. So I began to think about it. And I started thinking about when I was younger, how I would do certain things, and the looks on each of my parents' face, or whoever I was living with, their faces. And I was like, that's probably similar to the look that I gave her. And then I started to think about how, like, when someone has done that to me, and then they'll turn it around and give me an excuse that somewhat blames me, and it's like, okay, okay, I get it. You need to say something, and you need to figure out why you don't want to. And I was like, it's because I don't want to have the same relationship that, one, I don't want to give them the same, like, I don't know exactly what it is, but emotional something that I used to feel as a kid when I was being disciplined. However, the word no is okay. And I realized I didn't like saying no. I would, it's like I would say no, but at certain times. And then because I felt like, well, this child has gone through a lot, so therefore, no, she doesn't need that, like, you should still let her go. Then I had to think about it. Wait, that's been some of the problem. Even with me as a kid, when I heard no, I mean, yes, all the time, it was like, you know, if I didn't do it or wasn't able to, I would find a way to do it. And it's like, okay. I began to really think about this whole thing. And I'm like, and I had to like go off to myself and really think about it. And I'm like, maybe like 3 hours, I thought about everything, the dynamics of the situation from multiple perspectives, thinking about how I felt as a kid and the things I've done as a child, as a teenager, as an adult, even that display some of those same childish, in a way, behaviors that show that I had to get my way no matter what, even though I've done something that deserves consequences. And I was like, you know what? It is my job to teach my children to be decent citizens in a way, not use manipulation, or not break rules and think that just because you have an excuse, it's okay. I'm like, it is your job to, you are raising children that you actually like, so I was like, what does that mean? Like, well, and it's like, well, I love them unconditionally, but I want to make sure I'm raising children that I would like to be friends with or talk to or have in my life at one, if it's the tables were reversed and I'm looking for friends, or if I was a kid or whatever, I want them to be people that I would like. That means if I see them doing something that is a form of manipulation or a form of let me break rules because I don't like the word no, then it's my job to teach them that that is not okay. That is not okay. Therefore, they won't grow up to be 2-year-olds and women in men bodies, because hearing the word no would just piss them off and they throw a tantrum. I I I remember being that way, even as an adult. It's like, you told me no. Oh my God. Like, they tell me no, and I would get so upset and turn around and blame them for how I'm feeling. But I don't blame them. I don't tell them that I'm doing that. What I do is, and I don't know exactly, let me think. I wouldn't tell them that I'm doing that because I wouldn't know I'm doing it because it's been such a habit since childhood. But what I would do is not know why it bothers me so much that they told me no, for one. And then I would use whatever feeling, whatever next thought that came up after they told me no, like basically I deserve to have everything that I want, no matter, even if it's crossing someone else's boundaries. It was more like, I'm pissed off, I gotta say something, and I'm not thinking about what I'm saying. I'm just in this emotion and I'm just gonna attack in a way. It's like my defense mechanism is to attack this person for telling me something. And it's like, I don't want them to be that person, because looking back, I don't like that person. Like, I was a teenager in a 20-year-old's body, or a teen, well, I'm sorry, but 20-year-olds are most definitely still children. But I was a 12-year-old with a 12-year-old emotional emotional level of self-control's body, and but mindset, but in a 30-year-old's body. And it's like, but then I remember now looking back, when I was around 30, I would do something, but then I would automatically take ownership of it. And I'm like, okay, I can understand how that may have hurt you, how that may have bothered you. I didn't mean it that way, but I also began to become more assertive. I mean, that was during the time when I was becoming more assertive. When I noticed something, I would speak up on it and not be so bothered, in a way, by it. But it's like, when you raise children or be around people and you tell them exactly what you need to, and I'm very open, so I not only what I need, I tell them what I'm thinking when we're having a conversation, and that gives me room to grow more. Because when they tell me, oh, well, no, that's not what I was saying blah, 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 and it shows me, oh, okay, I can see how I got that. Based on my past experiences, that's how I came to that conclusion. But this person, she saw it from a totally different perspective, because it's all about the wording. Because we can say the same thing, but the words will change the way in which you got to it, you know. But yeah, I know it sounds like I'm just rambling, because this is how information comes to me when I sit by myself and I think about, I ask myself a specific question. Why did that bother me so much? And how do I um, fix it? Because I don't want this same experience to constantly keep happening. I want to learn more. So the more I learn about myself, the better relationships I have with other people, because I am honest, very honest, and you don't have to worry about what my intentions were, because I'm telling you as I'm talking. You don't have to, there's no hidden anything, because if I'm sad, I'm saying, oh, that makes me really sad, because it does, you know. If I'm happy, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy, period. I'm happy for you. And I'm proud of people that are doing what they set out to do. I'm proud of you every time you uncover something about yourself, like, you know. So my kids know, like, anybody, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you, because whatever you did, it took courage. Just think about, before you learn how to walk, once you started walking, everybody praised you, right? So for every little step that you make that's different, you will begin to praise yourself. And I think that's what we forget to teach our children, as like while they're growing, because what they're learning is everything that we accepted from them. When we don't set up boundaries, when we don't like make consequences for repeat offenders, if that makes sense, you know, like, okay, I accepted you, you know, doing this, and the excuse I understood. But now I'm telling you again, this is a new month and you're doing the same thing. If I keep accepting it, what type of husband or wife or mother would this child be? What type of friend would this child be? So it's like, no. If it, no. You know, I think we as parents want to be friends so bad sometimes, because we want to be liked, and then we will allow our children to say and do whatever, even though, you know, I get it, they're growing and all those things, but we have to make sure we are raising people that we would like, and we have to make sure they're learning that from us, you know, because your children learn how to treat others based on how you treat them and what they see from their perspective. So yeah, it's like, we've been learning a lot here, and it's been amazing every time we set new rules, and talk to each other why that rule was placed at first, and everything. It covers a truth about all of us. It's like, oh, okay, well, why didn't mommy tell us that before? Oh, it's because mommy really wanted to make sure that you guys liked her. You don't want to be like mommy and her mommy were, and her mommy were. That's a generational curse, you know. And like I told them, like, your mom's breaking all these curses, so you don't even ever have to worry about this, you know. Yeah. But you know, it's all good, and it's all in learning, because the more I learn about myself and I look back, I'm like, damn, I don't even like that girl. It's like, what the fuck? Why did somebody tell me this shit before? Like, the shit that I accepted came from like how I thought. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't wait to tell y'all about this date that I went on with this 70-year-old. Amazing guy. Yeah, I'm going to tell you about it, but not today. Yeah, today would probably be a good day, all right? Because this right here reminds me of the behavior. Because and it was only like a week. It was only like a week, but he was nice. And his name's David. Yeah, really, he was a nice guy. Um but from the beginning, we met. I think I talked about it. I was like, "Oh my God, I met this guy." Yes, he was a nice guy, but what I saw um, was someone that was very agreeable. Um, and it reminded me of me. And this was before I learned this about myself, right? So he was very agreeable, but then when um in the time when you don't agree with something that he said, he would get irritated and he would use something that you said to justify his irritation. And it's funny because I started to, I was like, what is this reminding me of? It was like a mirror, for real, for real. But now that I had that with my daughters, I realized that what I needed to learn about myself, right? Because once you uncover something, like it doesn't just uncover a little bit, it uncovers multiple dynamics, and then you grow some more. You're able to speak, you're able to think about things from a whole bunch of perspectives, looking back, and you're able to stop patterns in the midst of the action, right? So we talk about spirituality or something, and Christianity and all that, religion basically. And after talking about it, he was like, oh yeah, that's about the level I'm on. He went to theology school and this and that, and he played pro basketball overseas. And I'm like, that's pretty awesome, blah 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 blah. But then um he was a really nice guy, but it was like, okay, um if he felt like he had done something wrong, even though you were telling him that it wasn't about him, how you were feeling was based on some other experience, then it was just like irritation. Like, and I could see sometimes someone may be telling me, oh no, E or Shantae or mommy or whatever, this is like I'm feeling some type of way, and it's about something totally different. And I'm they're telling me A, B, C, oh, it's this, and it's like I'm hearing what they're saying, but I'm not really like, then I go into my head thinking, dang, what did I do wrong? And it's really not about me. You didn't do anything wrong. If someone, they're going through something in the moment, and it's not about you. But then I was like, oh, oh, shit. That is what this is trying to tell me. Sometimes I'm too agreeable, and it's like so agreeable to the point where I always want to make sure everyone is okay and that there's nothing wrong that I've done, or if there's something wrong with them, how can I fix it? How can I help them? How can I please them in a way? And it's like, oof, that is what I needed to learn in this. And then as soon as I, like, as soon as they're still, going through it, it's like I'm a little bit irritated, and I don't know why. But learning that about myself, it teaches me to notice it in the moment. I'm like, my bad, I'm tripping. I don't know why, I just got irritated a little bit, and I'll tell them the honest truth. But I noticed he wouldn't. But I told him, I was like, you know what? I appreciate this experience that I had with you this week. This has been a nice week, and I learned a lot about you. However, we're not a good fit. We're not a good fit. I said, you're showing me something that I need to uncover about myself. And I was like, and also you are also showing me that I can't look at anybody and fantasize based on the goodness I see in them and not notice the bullshit. I have to set some strict boundaries with myself. And I'm like, I haven't been in a relationship in a while, and I'm okay with that. It's like I'm okay with meeting people, and then as soon as I see, goddamn it, this is not a good fit, I let them know. If I feel like we could be friends or something, then I would try, but otherwise, I let them go. Because some people are only meant to teach you something, show you, based on an experience you're having with them. And once you uncover that in one aspect of your life, then it's gonna like kind of show you something else and all. Because when chaos comes in your life, it doesn't just come in one part at your job. Nah, it may start at your job and then you'll notice it with one of your friends, and then you'll notice it in your home. And it's like the same experience in a way, but different aspects of it, like what you accept from people, what you give, and what you allow. Well, I guess the first two are the same, but the first one is the same as the last. But it's showing you multiple levels of it, like how hard you work and how hard what you do here versus what you do there. And it shows you what you accept, and then, what you blame it on in a way. It's like, oh, you accepted this from this, but then you use this as a tool to gain that. It's like, oh, thank you, girl. Thank you. Okay. I'm learning about me. But hopefully this makes sense to someone. And if you see as a parent, please, by all means, break those cycles. Break the cycle. Break the cycle. You want to be around your children. You want them to be decent human beings and not neurotic and borderline, just a little on the level of neuroticism. And you want them to be decent human beings, and you want them to be people that you'll like, period. Because I don't want to be around anybody I don't like. And think about that. And also, if you're a teenager, I know my little crew, just think about, you do want to be the mom or the friend or the future parents, future grandparents, future caretakers, whatever, partners. You want to be around people that you like. Therefore, you also want to be a person that you'll like, because the people you meet will mirror you in some way, and it's going to show you something. So be mindful of what you accept and what you allow and what you do. So, okay, that's it on my soapbox. And I got like all of those things out in 23 minutes. I'm so excited.